I've known Melinda for over 30 years. We both worked for Pitts and Lake PC, an intellectual property law firm here in Knoxville, and its predecessor firm, Pitts and Britton. Melinda graduated from McNary Central High School in 1980. She received an undergraduate degree from the University of Tennessee at Martin, attended and graduated from the University of Tennessee College of Law. While she was a law student, Melinda began clerking for Pitts and Britton. Upon graduation, she promptly passed the state bar exam, became a licensed attorney, and began practicing law at Pitts and Britton in the fall of 1988. Melinda had been a licensed attorney for less than 6 months when I started clerking for Pitts and Britton during the early months of 1989 while I was in law school. Melinda was just a couple of months older than I was, so in many ways it felt like we grew up together as attorneys. Being in a firm that limited its practice to intellectual property, our practice had a fairly even balance of both transactional work, that is representing our clients in the Patent and Trademark Office, what we refer to as prosecution, and litigation in federal court. Melinda and I worked on a lot of litigation cases, both large and small together, as our firm, both then and now, had a team approach to litigation. In what, if I recall correctly, was Melinda's very first trademark trial as a licensed attorney, Melinda sat second chair in a trademark trial before Judge Tilson. Our expert witness refused to spend any time in preparation and then absolutely folded during cross-examination. As our expert began melting down, I watched Melinda, while she was sitting at counsel's table, literally begin tying paper clips into knots. Fortunately for our client, we still got a favorable judgment from Judge Tilson. Melinda served her clients with a great deal of care and professionalism for almost 3 decades. Melinda's area of expertise was trademark law. She very quickly became an authority on trademark law and often consulted with myself and the other attorneys about complex trademark issues that came up either in trademark prosecution or trademark litigation. And we often joked around the office that Melinda had probably forgotten more trademark law than some of us had ever known. She loved art and history and was an avid reader. As a result, I believe, of her love of reading, she was an excellent writer. And we often relied on each other to proofread and make substantive edits on various motions and briefs that we were in the midst of preparing. As is likely common in many law firms, Melinda and I were on opposite ends of the political spectrum. I won't tell you which end either of us sat on. In spite of that, and perhaps at some level because of that, we became and remained very good friends. And during election cycles, we would often kid each other about the fact that we were canceling out each other's vote. Melinda cared deeply about her family, her clients, and her colleagues, and we cared deeply for her. Above all that, Melinda was a Christian who loved the Lord with all her heart. She will be deeply missed, not only by her loving family, but also by those of us who were privileged to know and work with her, who admired her brilliance and wit and held her in highest regard.